we are again treated to having full dead sound. I have a couple of different items here that I'm going to be using just to help you to relax. And I have a couple of little things I wanted to show you just in a different setup with the camera above so you can see what I'm having a close look at. But for now, I'll just keep it as is, so please sit back, find yourself a comfy position and just let yourself relax for the next little while. Alright. So this first little thing I have here, which you've heard me just rustling with a little bit so far, that is these little rings here that I just have in a bag. These are random little rings that were given to me by a friend. However, I only accepted them because I thought they would make some good sounds. So they are mostly made of either a plastic or it is an actual crystal of sorts. But I believe it might be it's either plastic or could even be a liquid that has been hard set. But we have quite a few of these little rings in here. So I'll just get out a few of them first. Alright, so we have a couple of different little colours here. We have a purple, and although you can't quite see the detail at the moment, they are quite pretty close-ups. They have these little lines through them that almost look like cloud patterns. So it brings quite a lot of depth in the colour. So you have a purple, a green one, as well as a little slightly pink, slightly red, almost amber in a way, but not quite so orange. It's actually quite a nice colour. I hadn't noticed it until picking it out just now. But unfortunately it's even too small to fit on my pinky finger properly. I guess I could really get it on if I tried, but I don't want to have that stuck. So all of these are of a particular style which I'm not quite sure how to describe. It's like a mix between kind of like 2010s neat hipster and like a early 2000s kind of bright and colourful, rounded, weird style. That's how I'd describe it. But we have a few more here with something a little bit different. These are little golden filled rings. They still have that same kind of crystally exterior with the different colours. They are filled on the inside with a strip of gold. So, just want to put these all together and just see how they sound. Just brushing through them a little bit. They sound a little bit like coins all together, rattling in a pocket. Alright. Now, there are a few more in here. There's another gold plated one that has a little crystal on the top, and it is definitely a fake crystal. It doesn't even look like it has any depth to it, although I think it does, but it's just a little show crystal. These type of rings are very funny when they have the look of an expensive ring, but they're just a little knockoff cheap ring. I find that if a ring isn't a full quality silver or gold, I really like to wear it because they always leave stains of like a bluey green tinge to your finger. So I don't think that they're even that worth it. It's better value to just get some expensive rings if you can afford it. Alright, now here I have some little gold looking rings, but again they are just probably copper. But they do make a bit more sound than the others did. thought I used to wear quite a lot more, especially when I would be performing as a late teenager, early adult, a few years ago. I have kind of put a lot less effort into stage appearance and instead put a lot more effort into singing in tune. For those of you as well listening who may be wondering about music coming up, I have been working on another album, so I am finding that all my spare time and energy is going to that, so I haven't been as focused on the ASMR. I still need to make a bit of a better setup so that I can have a PA set and forget system and just come in and sit down and make videos without having to worry about the light arrangement or the microphone placement. But anyway, so now that we have these two sets of rings, I'm just going to put them all together and just do a little bit of ear to ear sounds. Alright, now just moving on from those. Just put them down. Alrighty, now this next item that I have here is just a little box that I found laying around, and I had some seeds from a plant which I chucked in here, and when I was looking for a couple of things to use in this video, I picked up the box and just had that little rattle. And for some reason, it must have been because I was in a hurry, but for some reason just hearing that kind of gave me a little moment of relaxation. Sometimes the best moments of bliss and calmness can be at the most intense times, like when you're for a second, feel the breeze. Or when you're running around and then you take a moment to have a break with water. Have a sip. Or even when you're driving to work or to something like a friend's house or wherever. And you just have a moment of silence to yourself. And you're just content. Sometimes these moments work so well just because they contrast and the dynamic difference of the loud and quiet, which I think can be why some aspects of ASMR exist, like for example for me, listening to role plays of doctors' exams or medical checkups. I think having the everyday speaking and then suddenly being up close to the ear and quiet and delicate is what can bring so much of the tingling in ASMR. A video that I would like to do soon is another drawing video. Recently I've seen these textures used at a friend's work, and they have almost glowing ink to them. And I've tested some of them out on like cardboard and dark card, and they can have a really bright look. And on top of that, they're also quite nice to listen to. They have a very soft drawing sound. Quite like that. A little bit different. Like the hard textures on card, little boxes like this that are often a little bit velvety as well. It'd be really nice to draw on. I feel very relaxing just having that texture underneath the pen, and the difference in the ink on top and the card underneath. just gonna move on to one more little one before I possibly change the setup. Not 100% sure if I will, so if I don't, apologize for misleading. Alright, now this next one here that I found at an op shop, and I'm honestly not entirely sure what its true purpose is for. I believe that it's some kind of baby toy, although it could potentially be a roller or a knitting utensil or something like that. But it has this main solid wooden part and these little ball rollers, just a little cylindrical stick. Can have quite a crunchy sound when spinning. It's not really a sound that you'd expect to hear, but it's still an interesting one nonetheless. But I have tried to use this kind of as a kind of like a jawline roller because of my glandular fever. I often have, oh sorry, I should say because of my long-term effects from glandular fever, I often have my glands swell up, and I get a little bit self-conscious about it because I like my jawline, and I put my face out there quite a lot on camera and in the world. So it's a bit silly, but I've been trying to keep the jawline as prominent as possible. But anyways, that's a silly ramble. And yeah. Let's see if we can get some sort of tapping on the sounds with it. It's definitely quite sound. I really have to put my ear right up close to hear anything with it. That's alright. We might leave that one for now. It's more of a item that I can just bring out and chat about. What I do want to have a look at lastly here is a very random little thing that I found from the op shop. I think it would be probably better to have it on the table behind and have the camera set up, but I feel like I just want to keep this set up right now, so I'm just going to bring some of these out here. So what I have here, and this is honestly a very random little display. I don't know what its function would be for. I guess it's just a little display model, but we have this little table here with carrots along the perimeter. Then we have these little plates, and everything that is on here is going to be carrot themed. So we have these little mugs and jugs. And lastly, we have this tiny little rabbit whose ears have been probably knocked off over the years somehow. But that is the little lid for the little jug. It's a very cute little piece, little set. And like I said, I believe that its purpose would only be for display. However, it's kind of a cute little ASMR style mini set. So I think it's quite sweet. There's little tiny butterflies on the handles of some of the mugs. And yeah, funny little random thing that I found. And so I might bring it back in another video just for using for kind of like a delicate visual ASMR, which is something that I would like to work on as well. I have lots of little delicate items that would be nice for having in a little set with the camera up close, just making little sounds and just being very gentle. But anyways, that's about it for this one today. I have been, like I said, quite busy getting music done. For those wondering as well about the outdoor videos, they are coming. I've been working on a few, it's just taking some time to kind of organize how I'm going to start releasing the next few videos. But I hope that this has been relaxing for you. I will be back soon with another little video. I have another setup here that I want to experiment with. I've installed a curtain just on the other side of the room here, so it would be great to experiment with that. But anyways, I think I'll wrap that up for tonight. It's quite late and I'm, as you can't tell, very tired. So I am going to go to asleep myself, and I hope that you